Hi, this is Laura, and I want to thank you for visiting the speaking page. You know, when I was a kid, I had no idea that I would at one point in my life now be able to describe myself as someone who speaks for a living, who talks for a living. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an archaeologist, I wanted to be an astronaut, I wanted to be a doctor. I had no idea that a career in training and coaching and sales and speaking was part of the career path that I would embark on. And now as I look back, I think all of those experiences really add to the communication and negotiation skills that I have learned and that I love to share with teams. You know, it's pretty easy to talk about the mechanics of how you build and reward teams, but when a team really gels and becomes a super high-performing team, it usually has to do with how well does the team communicate, how well do they negotiate, how well do they interact on the human side of the team building. And it makes me think of places in my career where my ability to influence and negotiate really made the difference and was career changing and life changing, frankly. When I was a new engineer, not very many years out of college, I worked for Hewlett Packard in Palo Alto, and it was a corporate job where we did research to develop new manufacturing technologies that we then took around the world and helped all of the manufacturing sites implement and bring up to speed for their products. And I did a lot of travel to Europe, 8 or 9 trips a year, each trip several weeks long, all over Europe, but mostly to Grenoble, France. And I fell in love with the French Alps and set a goal to work for HP in Grenoble and to live there with my husband. And the funny thing was, the French thought this was just the most awesome goal in the world. They would laugh and ask me, "Hey, Laura, you must come. When are you coming?" And then I would tell them they needed to find my husband a job because he'd make a lousy house husband. And they would laugh, ha 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 ha. And that was the end of the joke until my next trip. Until this one visit. I show up and they launch into their part of the joke about, "Laura, you must move to France. You need this pragmatic experience." And I was just getting ready to say my part of the joke when they said, "No, Laura, no joke. We have a job for your husband. We want you here in 8 weeks." And that was the point in time where I realized that my goal was within arm's reach. I could see it. I could taste it. I could just feel what it would be like to live in France. The only thing standing between me and that dream, that goal, was influencing my husband, convincing him that this was a good idea and that we should move halfway around the world with all of our belongings, the whole family, the whole 9 yards to make this happen. It's moments like that that make or break our projects, our teams, and our lives and our careers. And the ability to influence and communicate makes all the difference in the world. And I am happy in my speaking to share stories about leadership, communication, negotiation, teamwork, to help teams envision their future and how they can collaborate to create the future for the products and for themselves that they'd like. Thanks so much, and I will see you on the flip side.